Welcome back to XR at Work. I'm Scott, and
And I'm Dane.
that's us. We are here. We're in a crazy mood today. It's Thursday, and we're gonna try something different, right? This is Dane's idea. So why don't you tell them what we're gonna do today?
Yeah, so today, normally the podcasts go between 25 and 40 minutes long. Today we're going to do just a real short, hopefully less than 10-minute podcast, talking about a particular topic. So interested in your guys' feedback if this is something that you prefer, rather than the long form stuff, and we'll figure out how to cut it up in the future. So something that's interesting, kind of a unique thing about Scott and I, is that neither of us went to school for working in the XR space, and there's not really even like a good college curriculum for XR at this point, and so or at least not broadly available. And so that's what we're going to talk about today, is like, how much does education in a particular field actually matter in XR. So Scott, if you want me to, I can start kind of talking about my background.
No, that's fine. Yeah, go ahead. How did you get into this game? Where are you coming from?
Yeah, so my background's in biomedical engineering. So I thought I wanted to be a doctor, right? And then I went to go shadow some doctors and realized that there's a little more blood than I thought, and wasn't quite what I was looking at. Yeah. So, but I was really interested in like how people perceive things, right? And there's a fair amount that you learn around the senses, I guess, in the human body and how we perceive things. And so that kind of got me into this whole XR space. But I mean, I didn't go to school for computer programming or to be anything related to like software engineering. So a lot of people are surprised when they hear that that's kind of my background. But I'm interested in your background as well, Scott. Like what path brought you to the XR space?
I mean, so people are surprised when I tell them this, right? But I sometimes they're surprised that I don't have a bachelor's degree. I actually have an associate's degree in computer information systems. I started off wanting to build computers and networks. I wanted to do hardware and networking. And man, after I got into that, I wanted to just kill myself because that was like so boring, But I actually, so I, like I was telling you off camera, Dane, in the mid 90s, I got an opportunity to work in web development while I was going to school. And I'm like, man, I really like websites. I really like, writing code. And so I'm like, all right, I can make some sweet .com money writing code, or I can sit in a classroom and learn how to, how to plug in cables into routers and stuff. And so I dropped out of school. Once I got my associate's degree, I was a web developer for years and built web applications, mobile applications. And so when the opportunity came to get into XR, it was kind of like, it's another screen, right? It's a screen that you wear on your head, as opposed to one you hold in your hand or one that's sitting, in your living room or on your desk. And so I got into it because I had some expertise in how to take live video for television channels and push it to different screen formats. We call 10-foot devices or laptops or handhelds. And so I got into XR, I got into VR because it was just another screen, again, that you wear on your head. But I had an interesting conversation today where my lack of a degree, or lack of a bachelor's, and certainly lack of an advanced degree, of a master's degree, kind of counted against me a little bit. And it does, sometimes it counts against me when I'm going up for a promotion or in a job interview or something like that. I mean, has your experience been that people care about your degree, what it's in, whether you have one or not, or does that not really play into it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it depends a lot on the level that you are in your career, right? So obviously, like you're much more kind of advanced in your career than I am in mine. So I think there's probably a threshold there where it makes a difference. I don't know, because I'm not there yet. But I do think that, like for me, it's something that's kind of strange. Is like, I'm a biomedical engineer in a chemical company, working on XR. So like I'm just like this weird, weird animal.
But you're killing it, man.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it's really
I mean,
exciting.
truthfully.
But I think maybe the message that I want to give, to everybody today is like I don't think that there's a career path that's linear, right? Like I don't think. I mean, I'm sure that there are people who go, step by step in like a career path, and you end at your destination. But I guess what I would say is, just I guess have fun with it and follow where the passion takes you, because like I said, if I would have followed the career path, I would have I'd been in my 6th year of residence, or well, I guess I'd be in residency. Actually, I wouldn't even be out of school yet, right? So
I'd still be in school.
yeah, so I'd be specializing, but I wouldn't be out of school yet, and my life would be very different. And so I think there's a lot of pressure right now for folks, particularly like there's a lot of people who are interested in the tech space, and they're like, well, I didn't go to school for tech, or like, whatever. And I would say that honestly, it doesn't matter. In my opinion, I think it's more about being able to build things and show people stuff, and be able to help people kind of understand the technology. Because I know a lot of software engineers who are not very good at deploying a lot of this stuff. And so, I guess my message would be, if you started in accounting and now you're interested in XR, just do some research on it, reach out to Scott or I, talk with us, or other people who are using it in the industry. And the space is so nascent, so it's not like there's been 100 years of bachelor's degrees in XR technology to go.
Well, we've talked about this, right? I've got buddies that have, one of the guys that I work with, man, I'm gonna do a shout out to Christian. He was a mechanical engineer and making electrical components, and he's like, man, this is not for me. And we struck up a deal. I said, I'll teach you what I know about XR, and you can come help me. We got a lot of factories to go to. We work together now, and travel and do stuff. And I learned from him, and he learns from me. And he just decided to make that change and get out of his ME role into technology, and it's certainly possible, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say
we need all kinds in the biz, man. We need people with different ways of thinking.
I was gonna say, if we talk about the people that I work with on a regular basis, one of them, one of the guys that I enjoy working with most came from the Army, right?
I know that dude. He's a good dude too.
Yeah, doesn't know or doesn't have any kind of like engineering background or anything. One of them's a chemical engineer that was a process engineer for us, and another one's a mechanical engineer. We have folks who have owned businesses that now join the business because they had a family or whatever, want a more stable job, and now work in XR. So I think that's actually kind of like a beautiful thing about the XR space in general, is that like the diversity of the people that are in this space is so it's so diverse.
It's rich. I like it. We talked about this. Emily Freeman from Branch brought this up on our last podcast about, I was talking to someone about this, about how you need to have the representation of the people that are going to use your technology involved in the design and development and kind of architecture of it, right? So that they can speak to what's going to resonate with that same user group out in the field. And so it takes all kinds to build it, because all kinds are going to absorb.
You're going to use it. Yeah. Well, I think too, there's a difference between like mobile technology and XR, because it's almost you're talking about like a piece of something that you look at, right, being your phone, versus the environment that you're in, right? And so the environment that you're in is much more personal to you than the slab of glass that I have in my in my pocket. And so to that point, I think that the diversity and what people prefer and that flexibility has to be there as well.
So it sounds like we're saying that you don't have to have a degree in technology. You don't have to have years of experience in XR. We need all kinds. We need people with a good accounting mind in XR. We need people from varied backgrounds. We need people who have that. If you're coming from the military, you bring discipline and bearing and passion that are needed. And so it's kind of come one, come all. Don't think that this is something that you have to have some big degree in because there aren't any degrees in it yet, right?
Yeah. Well, and actually, so one thing I will say, and we're not paid as like a to advertise
You're
or anything
definitely
like
not
that.
paid. You got that
Want
right.
to want to clarify that, but I actually took a class through a company called Circuit Stream on Intro to Unity, and that's how I learned about Unity, and that's how other folks on my team got their kind of start despite being from different groups. And so there's all kinds of boot camps. Like I said, it's not this isn't like a sponsored advertisement for Circuit Stream at all, but they are great business, and they're actually starting to partner with colleges now. So through like, I don't remember what colleges they have specifically, but you can actually take classes through there as well. So kind of an interesting world. Like, I think that wave of stuff is coming, and I hope that the new practitioners find a lot of this stuff helpful.
Sure. Well, I'm going to encourage everyone, right, to put in the comments of this podcast, put in there how you got in the business, or what your degree's in, or how different your degree may be from what you're actually doing. We'd love to hear what what the audience has to say, right? So, kind of a short podcast today. Couple of quick things. One is that we've got a poll right now up on XR at Work on LinkedIn. If you're following us on LinkedIn, be sure to answer the poll question about what our future episodes should be about. We'd appreciate that, and we're going to do an episode on what you guys want to hear. And finally, we always say, we need your subscribes, we need your likes. What is it the kids are saying? Smash that bell? Is that what? Or is that what you guys are saying?
Yeah, smash that like button.
Smash that like button and ring
click
the
bell notification. Yeah.
We're 67, 68 subscribers right now, right, Dane? And we have a goal that we've set out of getting to 100 on YouTube. So when we hit 100, we're going to offer up a little giveaway for all our subscribers. And so watch us and help us get to 100 so we can put you on the list and send you something in the mail. So that's kind of it. Any parting thoughts, Dane? Anything you want to leave us with?
No, I would just say that, if you're interested in the XR space, again, the whole, Scott and I aren't making any money off this. We're doing it because we love it.
We love it.
The goal here is if you guys are interested in this space, even if you don't have the background, always reach out to us, reach out to the community that we're trying to build as part of XR at Work. And hopefully we can get you set up and kicked off on the right foot.
Well said, buddy. See ya.